Even if there's not a tornado associated with this right now, you definitely will get a lot of wind. You got to see all the lightning right there, the heavy rainfall, maybe a little bit of hail. So Alex Forbes is here helping me, driving the radar. He put on the track here for you so you can see where the thunderstorm is going to be with time. So Tallulah Falls, you got about 24 minutes for that area. It's probably raining like crazy up there right now, but as far as the area that is of concern, the severe part of that thunderstorm, it's going to take a good 24 minutes to get there. Raven County High School, I think it said about 32 minutes as well. So again, that is moving to the east at about 30 miles per hour. So eventually up toward Clayton, maybe up to around the Tiger area, and then extending farther down to the south and west. We got a lot of rainfall going on right now in and around Gainesville, down to Lawrenceville, here in Atlanta. The rain's been coming down quite heavily, and that line extending all the way back down toward LaGrange. Even though these cells are kind of moving off to the east-northeast, the whole pattern is going to be lifting up to the north. Remember, we got the hurricane that's all the way down in the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to be affecting us tomorrow. And as far as tornado warnings go, we could be doing this a lot throughout the day tomorrow. We get those bands moving through. Tornadoes are going to be in play with that hurricane that comes through. But again, this is what we're looking at right now. As far as any rotation, when you get the green and the red, you got the green kind of going this way and the red going this way, you're going to see some rotation. But if there was something very strong and really had a lot of rotation going on with it, this would all be a little bit closer together. But there you go, Alex, just kind of zooming in on that area right there. So they are kind of coming together. There is a little bit of a nice little couplet going on there with the red kind of swirling around, and again, that tornado will continue to develop in that area. So here's a look at our debris detector. Not really indicating a whole lot showing up right now as far as any debris is concerned. And there's our back to the reflectivity, just kind of showing you what we normally show you. Where you see the purple shades, that's going to be the hail that's possible in that area. And I would think that there's probably quite a bit of hail, especially with all that lightning that's showing up right now with that thunderstorm. There you go. There's the hail swath, and there has been some from Demarest all the way back down to the south and west. So again, that cell moving up to the east-northeast at about 30 miles an hour. If you're in the Clarksville area, you might want to batten down the hatches as that cell continues to come your way, and all that will continue to make its way up to the north and east. So here's another track for you. We'll put that on there, and again, a little bit of rotation going on right here. Tornado warning for Turnerville in about 12 minutes. It's going to be on your doorstep in Tallulah Falls. All the way up here, may take about 19 minutes for that part of the cell to continue to go all the way up toward your neck of the woods. So again, a little bit of rotation, kind of definitely indicating that right now going on in that eastern part, kind of the eastern part of this whole tornado warning just to the north of Demarest. So this is our little, we call these skits. You kind of click on them and you can kind of see what the computer is indicating. It has a Barron tornado index of 2.7. That's kind of low, but as that continues to get a little bit higher, up around 5 or so, that's when we really start to get concerned. Hail size, about 3/4 of an inch. Severe hail, 30% chance of that happening, but 100% chance of at least some hail coming in out of that cell. So again, we got a little bit of rotation going on right here with that couplet showing up. It's really not all this. Can you maybe, Alex, if you can kind of query that, and we can see how strong the flow is around this little couplet here. Maybe get an indication. There's 35 miles an hour, 31 miles an hour. So combined, what, 65 mile an hour rotation with that area. Again, that's in and around the Dixon Crossroads region, all the way up toward, I guess that would be Hollywood up there. That's a new one for me. And then farther on up to the north, we've got Turnerville. So if you're familiar with that area, anywhere close to this little blinking part of the polygon right here, it looks like that's where that cell is going to be sliding right along the eastern side of our tornado warning. So still kind of holding on to that little bit of rotation. There you go. There's maybe a little bit of debris starting to show up in and around the Dixon Crossroads. So maybe picking up a little bit of some tree debris or whatever it's picking up in that region. So again, right around the Dixon Crossroads area, that could be where that rotation is happening right now and creating a little bit of that debris as that continues to move up to the northeast. But look at all this lightning. I mean, total strikes right now in this view, 113. That's definitely a whole bunch of hail coming down right there. I'm sure that's pretty strong hail core in the Demorest area, just or actually north of Clarksville, Demorest being down here. So again, watch out for that real heavy amount of hail that's going to be coming down in and around that region. So I think if you're all the way up here, you really don't have to worry about it as you get up toward Rabun County. Most of that's going to be slipping. It looks like there's Rabun right there. So most of that's going to be just kind of moving up through Habersham County and eventually up toward South Carolina, as the motion right now is a little bit kind of east-northeast, I guess you would call that. But again, look at all that hail. Is that a little bit of black showing up right there too, I think. That's definitely an indication of some pretty strong stuff happening. Let's go see if there's some rotation still going on, Alex, if you would. And there's still a little bit of that green and red coming together. So if you do live in this region, maybe you want to just kind of stay indoors, get into your safe place in and around Habersham County, get into the lower part of your dwelling, wherever that may be. If you're in an apartment building, definitely want to get into the lower part of the building, as well as if you're at home, try to get inside a strong part of your house, especially bathrooms are always good, maybe under a stairwell. Stay away from the outdoor or the walls that are on the outside of your, or the outer part of your building. Stay away from all the windows as well. So again, there's a little bit of that rotation going on right now as you head farther on up to the north. Right now in and around Dixon Crossroads, all the way up toward Hollywood. And again, that will continue to make its way up toward the Turnersville area. And as far as, again, the lightning is just incredible with this system. A whole bunch of we had 180 lightning strikes in that last view. And the debris detector here starting to show a little bit of that debris signature. There you go. That's all the stuff that's being picked up off the ground. If, again, that tornado is doing what tornadoes usually do, start to knock things down and pull things up off of the ground. So at least we're showing that. So that's an indication definitely that there could be something brewing, but that just went away there on the latest scan. So that's kind of gone out of the picture, but still that's actually getting a little bit stronger than it was earlier. That tornado signature there with the winds circulating around. So again, that's what we got going on right now. That'll continue to make its way up toward Hollywood. This may even come outside of it. I mean, if it continues moving to the east, this may have to be adjusted a little bit farther down to the south, and that part of the viewing area as you get up toward Midway, and then all the way down, well, not down toward Dix Hill. That's a little bit out of that. But again, that signature right there will continue to slide up to the east and northeast. Let's widen it out, I guess. We'll show you. There's the hail. Definitely a lot of hail going on right now just outside of Clarksville. Let me see. So Habersham, that would be right about there. Kind of hard to pick out the county lines exactly. And then, well, I guess no, Habersham would be all the way down to about there, up toward Turnersville. So watch out, Tallulah Falls, Turnersville, all this is headed your way. And again, still indicating maybe a little bit of rotation going on in that area where we have all the lightning strikes going on right now. A lot of shear, northeast, 24 miles an hour, shear 69 miles per hour. The top of that thunderstorm's all the way up to 37,000 feet. And again, we got a lot of hail. Hail size right now, it's probably going to be about quarter size, maybe even a little bit bigger with that cell as it continues to move up to the north and east. As far as the amount of lightning strikes, again, 191. Let's show that rotation again, see if anything has changed since last time. If you're back here, if you're anywhere, there you go. They just trimmed away part of that tornado warning. I was going to say, if you're anywhere down to the south of the Demorest area, don't have to worry about it. So now it's all the way up toward Hollywood, and that's going to be moving up toward Turnerville, eventually pushing all the way up maybe into South Carolina with time as this thing is moving to the east at about 30 miles per hour. So again, the tornado warning, it is in effect until 3:30 for Habersham and parts of Rabun County, although right now it looks like Rabun County, it's not coming your way. This is going to continue to just kind of move off to the east-northeast and stay in Habersham County as it continues to make its way up toward South Carolina. So again, I mean, it definitely looks like something is happening right here. So be very careful. What is this? This is Highway, what is that, U.S. Highway 32, I think is what they're, 23, U.S. Highway 23. So Turnerville, about 11 minutes for you. Batten down the hatches there. Try to get down to your safe place in your home. Try to get inside of indoor room, away from all the outside walls, in case anything starts to collapse. You don't want to be near one of the walls coming down or the windows that'll be shattering. Turnerville, 8 minutes. Got Tallulah Falls, 16 minutes with this cell as it continues to move all the way up toward the river there, and then eventually pushing over into South Carolina. So that's a new scan there, right? Oh, is this a different radar? We got a different radar right now. That definitely is a better indication that there's something rotating with that thunderstorm. And there's the debris ball right there. So that definitely is showing up. So this definitely is something going on right now. Is definitely a tornado going on right now just to the north of Clarksville. Again, this is going to be mainly Habersham County. Let's widen it out so we can see where Rabun County is, just to let you folks know. There's Rabun County up there, but the storm's kind of moving this way. So it's not, I don't think it's going to be moving up toward Clayton. It's going to basically be staying in Habersham here as it continues to move off to the east. Doesn't look like it's moving up to the north in east. Does it look that way, Alex? It just looks like it's moving east, right? Yeah, here, let's put a loop on it. Yeah, let's put a loop on this thing. And it's mainly, just kind of mainly sliding off to the east. You can see a little bit of an extension of that thunderstorm up toward Clayton, up into Rabun County. But I think the rotating part of this cell will continue to move up to the north and east, staying maybe just clipping this part of Rabun County over here with time. So some of that circulation could maybe affect that southeast corner of the Rabun County region. But Tallulah Falls definitely headed your way, as well as Turnerville. This rotation, unfortunately, is looking a little bit better than it was earlier when it was a little more spread out. Now it's becoming a tighter ball. That means the twisting of the twister, if you will, is getting a little bit stronger as that makes its way up toward Turnerville. And again, this is going to go until about 3:30. So again, trimming off parts of the tornado warning that earlier were down to the south and west of Clarksville. If you're down here south of Clarksville, you're no longer in that tornado warning. We're going to give you a little 3D action here. This is that hail core, and that's just, that's intense going on right now, up to 30,000 feet here. You can see the line, that's 30,000 feet up in the atmosphere, and all that hail extending all the way up to about there. So serious activity with the hail, serious with the tornado as well, because that does look like a very well defined circulation pattern going on right now as you get just to the northeast of Clarksville. So that cell, we'll kind of loop it again. We'll show you the motion here so you can kind of see for yourself how it is moving. It's going off to the east, northeast. Now over that last scan right there, then it gets a little more broad as far as the rotation is concerned. It's not as tight, it's not as together as it was a little bit farther on down to the south and east. So maybe that's an indication it's starting to weaken a little bit, but chances are it's going to hold together, as it doesn't look like it's breaking up completely. It's going to hold together, got all this lightning going on right now, and again, all that will continue to move up to the north and east. So we got Rabun County right up here, and it may just kind of clip that southern portion of Rabun County out around Tallulah Falls as that makes its way up to the north and east. So again, watch out if you're in this northeast corner of Habersham County. You've got the tornado warning still going on right now, and the possible tornado, which looks like it's a little more likely than it looked like when we first came on the air. That's all headed your way. Let's look at the debris again and see if that shows anything more. Yeah, there you go. That's all the debris that's being picked up by the whatever's there, the circulation, the tornado. It's picking up all that debris, and that's why it's coming in with these different colors. So that could be tree debris, could be just leaves coming up off of the ground. A lot of leaves starting to fall right now, so that could be a lot of leaves being picked up in the air, and it's being picked up because that tornado is coming through and kind of sucking all that stuff up, and hopefully not doing much damage as far as any buildings or anything like that. We haven't had any reports yet that I've seen of that occurring. So again, that will continue to make its way up to the north and east, all the way up into South Carolina with time as it kind of crosses the river right there for your reference. Then you start getting down toward Lake Hartwell back over here. And it got a little bit of a hook going on right now with this thing too. That's kind of the old time signature. You get something right there right in the bend of that hook, and that's pretty much right where the signature is showing up right now. So kind of almost a classic looking thunderstorm with that hook echo showing up right now, with the possibility of that tornado, which is looking more and more likely in that part of Habersham County. So again, this goes until 3:30 this afternoon. We got the tornado warning for Habersham County. The storm is moving to the east at about 30 miles per hour, and will continue to do so as it makes its way over into South Carolina, and we'll stay on TV with you until that occurs. Let's go over to Alex. Do you got any info? I know you're looking at the computers over there, so.
Jeff, I do. I'm on the green mic in case they need to know the control room. You can hear me?
They are on the, he's on the green mic, if you can hot up the green mic. There you go. Go ahead, Alex.
Okay, so we are looking at now ping pong ball sized hail. They just updated the warning.
Okay.
And that is going to be moving into South Carolina here in the next little bit, but that's going to be just north of US 23 between there and the county line with Raven County. So Tallulah Falls, a lot of people know that spot.
Yep.
Moving into that area here pretty quick.
Okay. All right. So then if you're up near Tallulah Falls, get ready. You've got the, again, which is looking more and more like a classic tornado signature right here with that hook, and it matches where we show you the velocity here. It's all matching up where that rotation is occurring. And again, that will continue to move through Turnersville, near the Tougaloo area up toward Shirley Grove, and we've got Tallulah Falls is up here too, just not showing up on the map, but that's all headed, there you go, Tallulah Falls right there. So this is coming your way because it's moving up to the north and east. Let's put another loop on that thing so it doesn't matter which view we look at, just we can loop it through and just show you the motion. And you can see how that, look at that little hook developing right there. So, and there you got all that huge amount of hail just to the north of that as well. It just shows you how much motion there is in the upper levels of the atmosphere to lift all that stuff up even higher. So again, that's moving up to the east-northeast. It'll be, there's Tiger for you, there's Clayton, there's that bottom part of Raven County. So I think it's just maybe just gonna miss Raven County, staying in Habersham as it moves up through the Tallulah Falls area. And again, still showing quite a bit of that velocity signature with the winds going one way and the winds going the other way. How about the debris signature too? We'll show that, and well, there you go. There it is right there. So that's all the debris that's being lifted right now and pushed by the upper level winds up to the north and east. So unfortunately, it does look like it's doing some kind of damage. Hopefully it's not to any buildings or anything like that. But we don't want trees down either, because that could lead to some power outages, which we'll be dealing with, I'm sure, as we go through the day tomorrow and into early Friday. So again, tornado warning up in Habersham County. This is going to continue until 3:30, unless it moves out of Habersham, and it's going to do that here probably in the next 10 or 15 minutes as it continues to make its way up to the east-northeast at 30 miles per hour. Whoa, there's a look at the, is that the hail swath?
It is.
That's pretty, that's intense. That's a lot of hail. And as you were saying, it was ping pong ball size hail, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to query it here to see if we can get, but it's not wanting to.
So we got, wow, that's a lot of hail showing up right now. So, even if you didn't get affected by the wind, unfortunately, you probably got a lot of hail damage going on in that part of Habersham County as well. And again, that'll all just continue to make its way up to the north and east as the storm moves up to the north and east as well. So that's the hail detector. That's just kind of showing us where the hail is located right now. There you go. It's just my old eyes here.
That's going to be Tree Orchard Road.
Tree Orchard Road.
Turnerville Circle. This is going to be just north of US Highway 23. So approaching Tallulah Falls, as we were just mentioning, Tallulah Falls is right there where 23 crosses into Raven County. There it is right there.
There it is. Yep.
So hail moving into Tallulah Falls, and it looks like the circulation is going to be, that's a different radar. Let me flip it back to Greenville, is going to be just south of there. So really between Turnerville now, which is where the circulation just was, and the Tougaloo River, which of course is the South Carolina state line with Oconee County, South Carolina, that's where your circulation is right now. But the Tougaloo area, so that's Yono Lake Road, Tougaloo Village Road, past Tom Bourne Road now, but getting in towards, let's see if we can get some more, not a ton of roads in this area, Tougaloo Shortcut Road, Let me peel off some of the lightning here so we can Honey Stand Road. And then you're crossing the river. This thick black line.
That's the state line,
That's
pretty
the
much.
state line, right?
Yep. And so that'll be moving over into South Carolina. And again, we'll stay on the air until this thing makes it over into South Carolina, because I know a lot of you folks up there do tune us in down here in Atlanta. We don't want to leave you out. Again, there's that hook signature right there. That's all the hail that's coming down right now. So anywhere, even into parts of Rabun County, you're getting a lot of that hail. And the debris signature, back that thing up and then run it through. So all of a sudden it starts picking up something over here, starts doing some damage, maybe some trees, again, some leaves, whatever it's picking up. And then now that's all moving up into South Carolina. So it's only going to be a couple more minutes here, folks, and we'll get you back to programming. But that's where the tornado is located right now, just on the border almost of Georgia and South Carolina, and that'll continue to make its way up. What's just outside up into South Carolina, it's not a whole lot there. You got to go down over here to find Clemson.
Right.
But this is going to be kind of as you're going up toward, what's that, Kiowee?
Yep.
Kiowee's up there.
Kiowee, and then, this is Hartwell here, just below it.
Yep. That's Hartwell down there. So.
Yeah, and so that's the other thing. I mean, we're talking about Oconee County, South Carolina. This is obviously a very big county. If you're familiar with driving Interstate 85 in Oconee County, that's way down here.
Yeah, it's down in here.
That's not going to that area.
Right.
That's going to be up really right. And Jeff, honestly, now that I'm watching the loop, it might just ride the state line.
All the way up.
That is a possibility, if not just inside of South Carolina.
Yeah.
So they're continuing the warning till 3:30. That was the old update, and they haven't touched it since 3:07. That's when they trimmed it back and took Clarksville out of the warning. I think it's also important to note, if you are in Clarksville now, all clear from the tornado risk. Yeah.
Yep.
Same with DeMorest. I don't believe Cleveland was ever in the warning, but that areas where we have talked about the rotation moving through, and if you're not near Tallulah Falls, I think it's pretty much safe to say that give the all clear at this point.
Right. So we'll just stay on this, because it is just barely hanging on here as it makes its way over toward South Carolina. It's probably not a lot as far as the rotation part, the risk of any tornado damage here in this part of Rabun County. At least it doesn't look like that right now. I mean, there may be a little, I'm sure the circulation's probably going to be a little bit kind of right around there. Again, as Alex was saying, to make its way toward the Tugaloo area and Tallulah Falls, and then just kind of slide south of Tugaloo and then over into there's Battle Creek up in South Carolina. So that's the way that thing will continue to go. I thought I had a new warning coming on here, but that's not what that was. Again,
I was going to say, it's also important to note that we've been talking a lot about this tropical system. This is not that.
No, not at all. Not even. No, this is not.
This is a cold front coming through.
It's not Helene.
And Helene, if I flip this over here to the satellite, is still way down there. And wow, look at that eye.
But once that starts coming through tomorrow,
right,
we're going to be doing this all over again.
Probably many times over.
There's probably going to be quite a few tornado warnings tomorrow. So this is kind of just a practice run here. Hopefully you didn't get affected too much by this up in Habersham County. If you're viewing in right now, let us know. Send us some reports if you would, so we could relay those to the National Weather Service, as well as put them on our news. But again,
so hey Jeff, we got an update to the warning here. What they're going to do is replace it with a severe thunderstorm warning, which just popped in right there.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to carry it now through basically Rabun County east of US 23, along the state line and into Oconee County, South Carolina, and that is going to go until 4 p.m.
Okay. All right. So this is pretty much almost over with. So are we safe to say that that's good? You think?
I believe so. Yeah, it's going to be moving across the river here.
Yeah,
in just
it's
a
going to
second.
be moving over into South Carolina.
I mean, that's the other thing about radar data is, the radar scans it around and then it processes it and brings it in. So what we're looking at is actually
it's a little bit old.
It's old. Yeah.
So it's a little farther up to the north and east.
Right.
And also the elevation and all that kind of stuff. We won't bore you with all that. But anyways, so that'll continue to make its way up into South Carolina. So I think we're good for now. Just watch out up around the Tallulah Falls area and give it a few minutes, and this thing is going to be over into South Carolina. And again, as Alex was saying, we got the severe thunderstorm warning, which is replacing the tornado warning, and that goes until 4 o'clock. And at 4 o'clock, we'll see you then. But stay tuned. I think we have an update coming from the mayor about the hurricane as that comes through. That's going to be at 3:30, and we'll join you coming up later at 4 for Fox 5 News at 4. We'll see you then.
You just said the hell.